Leo, you said?
Yes.
Leo, I'm Zori. I don't know. I would be able to look at the phone and see how long I've been on hold because my head is hurting so bad. But I am going to attempt to have this conversation with you. Uh,
All right. Okay.
you said Leo, correct?
Correct. Yes.
All right. Leo, again, my name is Zori Nastasi Rush. And according to the last representative, it is highly likely that the Social Security Administration, I don't know if you've been to the grocery store where they put up these posters and said, don't cash this guy's check because he's got a bad check. Well, from what I've understood from the last representative I spoke to, you might have one of those posters with my name and picture on it there. Do you have something that's at the Social Security Administration that advises you that you are not allowed to speak to an individual named Zori Nastasi Rush? I'd love to know that that is happening.
Do we have something that says that we're not allowed to speak to you?
Yes, that's what I was told by the last representative. That you have something that says that no Social Security Administration employee is allowed to talk to Zori Nastasi Rush.
To you.
Well, that's who I am.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, I just wanted to make sure we're talking about the same person.
Yeah, that's who I am.
Okay.
I can give you my info. You can look it up, but that's what she told me is that there is an employee at the Social Security Administration powered by the United States government, the free country of the world, has made a note in a government system that has my name on it that tells the government not to talk to me. And I want to make sure. And if you pull up a record of mine, that means the government has some property that belongs to mine because there's no way the government would have a record of me unless they had my property. but if that's the case, I'd like to verify it with a second Social Security Administration employee. I just had one employee tell me that that was true. Is that the Social Security Administration for the United States has made a note into a record for the United States for no Social Security Administration employee to talk to me. So I'm just calling back to verify and see if that's true.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can take a look. I highly doubt that. But
Well, I would
correct me if
certainly.
I'm
I
wrong.
mean, I don't know. I'm not an extortionist, but I'm in America and we believe in capitalism. So if the government did that, I just go cha-ching. If they hired an employee to do that, I go cha-ching because I'm a capitalist. I don't live in a socialist where I can go, darn, it's okay. The government gets away with that. Oh, no, I could take my government to court and say, no, man, pay me for that. okay. It's my social security number is 587-316485. Don't you love capitalism? Like, you can have the greatest government in the world, but it's going to cost you a lot. And if that government messes up, it's not going to come and kill you as a revenge killing, so you to keep it quiet, or they're not going to take your property and share it with everybody else. They're just going to make high risk investments, and if they ever mess up, you can sue them real big for a big old get a piece of a big old pot. Now that's capitalism, and I love it. 587-316-485. I noticed that the teleservice likes hearing me talk. I like calling you guys when you're so patiently doing your jobs.
Can I get your date of birth?
10477. Can you speak a little
Can I
louder?
get your Can I get your place of birth, where you were born?
You poor Mississippi.
can I get your mother's maiden name?
Rush.
Can I get the mailing address that we have on file for you?
6912 Mount Vernon Road, Uport, Mississippi 39744.
Thank you. Can I get your first and last name one more time?
Zori Rush. I'm enjoying saying my middle name now because when people see my name, they think I'm a foreigner and that foreigners should get certain type of treatment. But I'm also black. So if I actually catch my government discriminating against someone, cha-ching! That's really like cha-ching. I'm a capitalist, so I capitalize off everything, including my government discriminating against someone. I'm like, okay, well, let's go to court about that. You need anything else?
So there's no note here that says that we can't speak to you.
You're kidding.
About-
Well, that's fortunate because if that were true, that would mean what John Jackson told me on. Look at the thing there, and you see, I just had a emergency interview with someone named John Jackson here that manages all the field offices in Mississippi.
An interview about what?
Well, it should be there. I want to make sure you can see what I'm talking about.
I mean, okay.
We have this actual and constructive knowledge thing in Mississippi. It's a part of our hospitality. We don't like forcing our thoughts on people. We like people to see what we're talking about.
Right, but I don't know what I'm looking for.
The interview, I just had an interview with someone named John Jackson, like earlier this week, I think Monday.
Right. What was the interview for?
Well, John Jackson and the employees there write down what the interviews are about. And I want you to tell me. I know what the
Sir,
interview was
you,
for. I
no, no,
did you
that's not.
remember at the beginning of
You
the
need to
call?
tell
Go
me
ahead.
what.
Go ahead. Cuz
First of all,
we've already gone over the social security information so that you could have actual and constructive knowledge. Do you want to say something?
yes.
Go ahead.
So you need to tell me what I need to look for. You can't just
I'm
say
asking
I
you
had
if
an
you
interview.
can see that I had an appointment this week, I think on Monday, with John
Right.
Jackson.
Right. That's what I'm asking. What was the appointment for?
The appointment did not occur because it was John Jackson that called. That's why I'm asking if you see that.
Why were they calling?
Are you refusing to look at it? Because I've already
Sir,
explained that I
sir,
provided the
no,
actual and
you haven't
constructive
explained
knowledge.
anything. I'm asking.
Go
I'm trying to.
ahead. Go ahead. I mean, it's 6:50. 6:50. I know you're anxious.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to
Okay,
help
well
you, but you're
then
not
then
giving me
then
any
on
information.
Monday, and the world knows whether or not you can actually look at the record based on the private information that I just gave to you that I don't mind sharing since I've just explained to you how the hijacking and the lying is occurring on the phones at teleservice, and that's why I've had to call you is because someone just lied to me about what's in the record. I'm attempting to verify what's in the record. What you're doing is attempting to deviate me for the purpose of waterboarding, and I'm recording you do it.
Okay. Okay. I'm asking you for additional
I think
Exactly.
once I record and clarify the fact that I know you're waterboarding, the pattern that's listed on the YouTube channel that I created of Social Security Administration employees establishes the plain fact that you're a war criminal. Right now, we're
Okay, you
spending
have to take
money
that.
on a
You can
war
take that
in
to your local police
Ukraine.
for further
I can also
advice.
take you to a war tribunal